Hi friends, today we are going to start a new paper which is a linear algebra. Before going to start our actual syllabus, just let us see some basic concepts which are required for that, required for our first chapter. Let us see what is a group. Group. A non-empty subset, sorry, a non-empty set G with binary operation or composition. Binary operation composition star star is said to form a ring, sorry, form a group following axioms or postulates, that is properties. First one is the closure. As it is a binary operation. Binary operation means if we take any two element from that particular set under that binary composition, then the product or the addition, what will be the nature of that binary composition, the resultant will be again in that set. Then we say that this one is the binary composition on that particular set. It means it is a similar to closure property. So there is no need to prove once again a closure property for a group. So take first property as a associative, that is associativity. And what is associativity? With respect to binary composition, star is nothing but A star B star C will be equal to A star B star C for all A, B, C belonging to G. Okay. Now next one is existence of identity. Existence of identity. There exists an element. There exists an element E belonging to G such that A star E will be equal to E star A equal to E for all A belonging to G. If there exists an element E belonging to G such that A star E will be equal to E star A will be equal to A for all A in G, then we say that there is an identity element E belonging to group G. And third one is the existence of inverse. Existence of for each A belonging to G belonging to G, there exists an element A dash belonging to G such that A star A dash will be equal to A dash star A equal to. If there exists an inverse for each element in G, then we say that the group is, G is closed under inverse. And if G satisfies these three properties, then we say that G is a group under binary composition star. And for commutativity, and if G satisfies the commutativity property, then it is said to be a abelian group. That is, the fourth one is the commutativity or commutative property. Fourth one is commutative property. That is A star B will be equal to B star A for all A and B belonging to G. then we say that G is closed under commutative property. So if G satisfies these four properties, then G is said to be an abelian group. For example, set of integers with addition is an abelian group. Okay. Now let us see what is a subgroup. Whether set of integers with respect to addition is an abelian group. Since if we take any two element in set of integer, its addition is again a member of set of integers. So it is closed under closure property, that is binary composition holds here. The second one is associativity. A plus B plus C is nothing but A plus B plus C. Third one is existence of identity. Here there exists an element 0 belonging to set of integers such that a plus any a belonging to set of integer plus 0 will be equal to a, which is equal to 0 plus a. And fourth one is we have to check whether there exists an inverse for each element in set of integer. If we take any element a, which is a positive number in set of integer, then we get minus a belonging to again a set of integer, which implies a plus minus a will be equal to 0. So here there is an inverse for each element in set of integer. So Z plus is a group. Now let us check whether it is closed under commutative property. A plus B will be equal to B plus A. Hence Z plus is an abelian group. Okay. Now let us see what is a subgroup. A non-empty subset. A non-empty subset H of a group G is said to be a subgroup of G of G found in the E for any A comma B belonging to H, which implies A into B plus is again belonging to H. Okay. So, in non-empty subset, H of a group G is said to be a subgroup of G. If we take any two element belonging to subset H, then its product or its addition under whatever be the binary composition, A star B inverse. If it is group with respect to addition, then B inverse is nothing but negative of that number. And if it is with respect to multiplication, then it is a 1 upon that particular number, which is again in H. Then we say that H is a subgroup of J. Yes, subgroup of G. In general, H is said to be a subgroup of G if H itself is a group under the binary composition defined on that group G. For example, if suppose R plus is a group, now we have to find out the subgroup of that group. Here, set of rational number with respect to addition is also a group. So this Q plus is a subgroup of that R plus. Okay. Now let us see what is a real. A non-empty subset. A non-empty set R given to binary compositions. Compositions plus and said to form a ring. Following exercise. As again, it is given that there are two binary compositions plus and dot. It means that the set R is closed under addition and multiplication. That is, if we take any two element belonging to R, then its addition is belonging to R and its multiplication is also in R. Now we have to check the remaining conditions which are required for ring R. So first one is associativity with respect to addition. That is, A plus B plus C will be equal to A plus B plus C for all A, B, C belonging to R. First one. Second one is commutativity with respect to addition. A plus B will be equal to B plus E. Third one is existence of identity. There exists an element. There exists an element 0 belonging to R such that A plus 0 will be equal to 0 plus A will be equal to A for all A in R. As it is with respect to addition, then 0 will be the identity element in R. And fourth one is for each A belonging to R, each A belonging to R, there exists an element minus A belonging to R such that A plus minus A equal to minus of A plus A equal to 0. So these are the four properties of addition composition on R. That is, first one is the associativity, second one is commutativity, in third one there exists an identity element, and fourth one for each A in R there exists an element minus A belonging to R such that A plus minus A will be equal to minus A plus A will be equal to 0. So if these four properties holds, then we say that R is a abelian group with respect to addition. Now fifth one is A dot B dot C will be equal to A dot B dot C for all ABC belonging to R. That is associativity with respect to multiplication. And sixth one is A into B plus C will be equal to A into B plus A into C for all ABC in R. And B plus C dot A will be equal to B dot A plus C dot A. Again, same. If R holds these six properties, then we say that R is a ring with respect to binary composition plus and dot. Okay. For example, set of rational numbers with binary composition plus and dot is a ring. Example, R plus dot comma 2 plus dot. These are the examples of a ring. Now, what is a commutative ring? Commutative ring. Ring R is said to be a commutative ring if A dot B will be equal to B dot A for all A B belonging to ring R. Then we say that the particular ring is a commutative ring. As we have given that the ring is said to be a R is said to be a ring, it is defined on two binary compositions which holds these six properties. Then we say that R is a commutative ring. As we have given that already, if it is a ring, then it is a abelian with respect to addition. But if it holds the commutative property with respect to multiplication, then the ring is said to be a commutative ring. Now, a ring with unity. If there exists an element E belonging to R such that A dot E will be equal to E dot A equal to A for all A belonging to R, then we say that R is a ring with unity. Here we have to find out one element which is in ring R such that A dot that particular element E will be equal to E dot A will be equal to A for each A in R. Then we say that R is a ring with unity. Let us see. Let us take three examples of that particular ring. That is a ring with unity, a commutative ring with unity, a commutative ring without unity, and a ring with unity without commutative property. First one is, let us take first example, a commutative ring with unity. This set of real numbers, rational numbers, and integers forms a ring under the addition and multiplication. Are all commutative rings with you. Unity set of real numbers, rational numbers, and integers. Now, these are the abelian groups with respect to addition, and these three sets also satisfies the associative with respect to multiplication, and these holds the distribution law also. So, these three sets forms a ring with respect to two binary compositions plus and dot. Now we have to check the remaining two conditions, which are the commutative property and commutative with respect to multiplication and a unity with respect to multiplication. As we take any two elements in real numbers, product of these two numbers is again in a product of two real number is again a real number. So it is closed under commutative property with respect to multiplication. And one is a member of set of real number, for which if we take any element with product of that one, so we get a particular that element. So there exists an unity element in R. Similarly in set of rational number and set of integer. So these three are the commutative rings with unity. Now second one. The set E of even integers forms a commutative ring without unity. Set of even integers. If you take addition of two even integer, which is again a even integer, it is closed under associativity with respect to addition. It is closed under commutative property. There exists an element 0 belonging to set of even integers. if we take any element with that particular zero element, we take that addition of these two numbers, then again a particular element we will get. So it is a group. Now we have to check. Now we have to check the associativity and commutativity with respect to multiplication. If we take any two element from set of even integer and product of two even integer is again a even integer. So commutative property holds and associativity is also holds. Now we have to check whether there is an any unity element in E. As E is a set of even integer, it does not contain 1. So there is no element belonging to E which holds the property A dot E will be equal to E dot A will be equal to A. So there is no element, so there is no unity element in E. So E set E of even integer forms a commutative ring without unity. Now take third one. Let M be the set of or cross two matrices over integers under matrix addition and under matrix addition and matrix multiplication. See that say M forms M forms a ring with unity but is not commutative. If we take M as a set of all 2 cross 2 matrices, that is, it contains all the matrices whose order is 2 by 2, that is, it contains 2 rows and 2 columns over the set of integers, that is, the entries belonging to that 2 by 2 matrices are belonging to set of integers. Now, this M forms a ring with unity. Unity element of that ring is identity matrix of order 2 cross 2 is the unity element of that ring, that is 1 0 0 1 is the unity element. But we know that matrix multiplication is always not a commutative, that is A dot B is not equal to B dot A always. The matrix multiplication of two matrices is always not commutative, so it is not a commutative ring, but it is a ring with unity. Now let us check what is an integral domain. A commutative ring R is said to be an integral domain. Integral domain. Domain. It has no zero divisors. That is, a commutative ring is said to be an integral domain. A commutative ring R is said to be an integral domain if it has no zero divisors. That is, if we take any two element AB in R and product of that two element AB will be equal to 0, then either A equal to 0 or B equal to 0. That is this property is called without zero divisor or no, without zero divisor. That is, if product of two element in R is a 0, then at least one of them is a 0. And if product of two element will be equal to 0 and a is equal to a is not equal to 0 and b is not equal to 0. That is, two, if a and b are two non-zero numbers and but the product will be equal to 0, then the property is said to be a with zero divisors. So a ring R is said to be an integral, a commutative ring R is said to be an integral domain if it has no zero divisor. That is, the product of two element in R is will be equal to 0, then at least one of them will be equal to 0. For example, Z5 Z5 is an integral domain. If we take any two non-zero element in Z5, then the product is again a non-zero. So, but Z6 is not an integral domain. Since if we take two elements 2 and 3 which belong to Z6, the product C will be equal to 0. But 2 is non-zero and 3 is non-zero, but the product will be equal to 0. So it has a, so Z6 is with 0 divisors. Hence Z6 is not an integral domain. Now see what is a division ring. Division ring or a ring with unity is called a ring with unity is called or division. Okay. That is the previous example, the set of M with the set M which contains all the 2 by 2 matrices is a ring with unity. So that one is the division ring, but which is not a commutative. Okay, now let us see what is a field. A commutative division ring, ring or we can say that a commutative ring R is said to be a field if it has a unity and each non-zero element belonging to that particular set R has an multiplicative inverse. Then this R is said to be a field. For example, the Z5 example, Z5 is a field. Okay, and every field is an integral domain, but every integral domain is not a field. Now see what is a subring. A non-empty subset. Yes. R said to be subring of R. Yes. Forms a ring under the binary compositions. So in non-empty subset, yes, of a ring R is said to be a subring of a ring R if S itself is a ring with respect to the binary composition defined on a set R. For example, Q plus dot is a ring, then we have to take one non-empty subset of Q. The set of integer is a subset of Q. So Z plus dot is a subring. Since set of integers is a subset of set of rational number and set of integer forms a ring under the binary composition plus and dot, which are actually defined on the set of rational number. So that Z plus dot is a subring of a ring Q plus dot. Now let us see what is a vector space. Let V plus be an abelian group, abelian group, and F plus dot is an field. Is an field. Define a function. Define a function from F cross B such that alpha belonging to here and small v belonging to v implies alpha into v belonging to our vector v. Then v is said to form a vector space. To form a vector space over field here, it equals to following conditions. That is, over here was the following conditions. That is, for x, y belonging to V and alpha comma beta belonging to F. The elements of field F are called the scalars and the elements of V are called the vectors. That is, x and y are two members of the vector V and alpha and beta are the two scalars of the field F. And V is said to form a vector space over the field F if it holds the property. That is, first one is the alpha plus beta, that is addition of two scalar with multiplication of one vector will be equal to alpha into x plus beta into x for all x y belonging to V and alpha comma beta belonging to field F. Second one is alpha into beta of x will be equal to alpha into beta x for all alpha comma beta belonging to field F and x belonging to V. Third one is x plus y of alpha will be equal to x alpha plus y alpha for all x y belonging to V and alpha belonging to F, and there exists an unity element in V. That is, 1 dot x will be equal to x dot 1 equal to F for all x belonging to V. That is, 1 is the unity. That is, 1 is the unity, then we say that V is a vector space over the field F. That is, V plus B an abelian group. That is, a set non-empty set V is an abelian group with respect to addition, and F be a field with respect to two binary compositions plus and dot. Then we have to define one function F from F cross V to V such that our vector V is closed with respect to the scalar multiplication. That is, if we take one scalar element alpha belonging to F and V belonging to V, such that the product of that two element is belonging to vector V, and that is V is closed under the vector addition and scalar multiplication, and it is said to be a vector space over the field here if it satisfies these four conditions. That is, addition of two scalars and the addition of two scalars and multiplication with one vector is nothing but alpha x plus beta x, and alpha into beta x will be equal to alpha into beta x. X plus y of alpha will be equal to x alpha plus y alpha for all xy belonging to n, xy belonging to V and alpha belonging to F, and there exists an unity element in V. So then we say that V is a vector space over the field F. For example, C over example C over R. This one is, now we have to check whether C over R is a vector space. First we have to check whether C plus is an abelian group. We know that C plus is abelian group. Now we have to check whether it is closed under the scalar multiplication. That is, if we have to take any scalar belonging to R and one vector belonging to C, then we have to check whether the product of that two element is again in C. But we know that the product of any two element, one is belonging to R and another is in C, then the product must be in C. So C is closed under scalar multiplication. So these two properties holds, and it holds the remaining four properties also. So C over R is a vector space. Now let us take one example which is not a vector space. For example, Q over R. First condition holds, that is Q plus is an abelian group, but this one is not closed under scalar multiplication. That is, if we take one element 2 belonging to Q and another element pi which is belonging to R, then the product of that two element 2 into pi will be equal to 2 pi, does not belong into set of rational number. So scalar multiplication does not hold here. So Q over R is not a vector space. Now let us see what is a subspace of a vector space V. A non-empty subset W of said to form said to be a subspace V. W of vector space over the same field here, over the same field W of vector space V over here is said to be an subspace of V. W forms a vector space over the same field here, same field here, under the binary compositions, under the binary compositions of operations, binary operations defined on that is the subfield, sorry, the field, that is subfield must be same, but a non-empty subset W of V is said to be a subspace of V if it is a if W itself is a vector space over the same field F. For example, R over Q is an vector space. Now we have to find out one subset, non-empty subset of R, which forms a vector space over the same field Q. For example, Q over Q is also an field, is also a vector space. So here we get one non-empty subset Q, which is a subset of R and which forms a vector space over the same field Q. So this Q over Q is an subspace of R over Q. That is, there is one important F over F is always an vector space. Okay. Thank you for watching the lecture.